How you doing, guys? I thought I'd do some cooking tonight. It's my turn. I've had the day off, so nothing to do with plastering whatsoever. But what we're going to be making tonight is cowboy pie. Well, do you know what? Let's just get into it, shall we? Cutting out some potatoes for some mashed potato. Okay, so I just boiled the kettle and we've got this pretty much well covered. Now, a little trick. See this? This is turmeric. I tend to use this just to colour this in, but it gives it's really mild flavour as well. So like a teaspoon, give that a bit of a stir. See how that brings it up? Now we're going to mash these potatoes and we're going to add some other stuff into it, but like I say, the turmeric is really, really mild. It's got loads of anti-inflammatory properties and things like that, and also it really, really stains the potatoes up. It gives them a really, really nice yellow colour for when you mash it up. So we're going to bring these to the boil and then we are going to mash them. Put a lid on it. In the meantime, we're getting these sausages cut up into thirds. We are using, because loads of people in this house are vegan, so quite often when we prepare food, well, we just do vegan stuff in this house. But you can use your regular sausages, but these are pretty good substitute, I've got to admit. I'm not vegan myself, but like I say, quite a few people are, so yeah, these are pretty good. Richmond, they're not too expensive either. Sometimes the vegan meat substitutes can be a little bit pricey, but yeah, these pretty much rock. So we're just going to, like I say, chop these up into thirds, put 3 packets of them, and then I'm going to get the heat going and we're going to sear these up really, really quite a lot. Oh, I almost forgot, don't forget to put some salt in your potatoes at this point. Just probably maybe a teaspoon at this point. If you can always salt it up a little bit more when you mashed it. Okay, so we got the potatoes. They're rocking and rolling. They're starting to boil up. We're going to mash these. We've got our sausages. They look like sausages. They taste like sausages. They feel like sausages, but they're vegan. And we're going to bring the pan to a high heat and we're going to sear these right up. And that's the beauty about this dish in particular, because it's all going to go into the oven, which is one of the reasons we're really, really going to not burn them, but you know, get pretty close, because it's all going to go into like a shepherd's pie sort of thing. So the timing goes out of it. You can just get your shepherd's pie sort of ready, and then like just before people come in, and when they're ready to eat, you can just pop it in the oven, just warm it all back up through, and it's ready to rock and roll. So we're just going to get all the prep out of the way first of all. I mean, as you may or may not know, I am actually a plasterer. That's what I do to pay the rent. And I've always said cooking is a bit like plastering, but in a reverse way. I mean, with plastering, you need to keep your walls apart, but with cooking, you need to bring it all together at the same time. Like if you've got a table ready or you need to get the meal ready, you need it all to like come together. So it's all about timings. But this particular meal, don't have to worry about timings at all. You can do it any time you like. Okay, so we just put a splodge of extra virgin olive oil in the pan. You can see it's starting to smoke, so that's indicating to me it's pretty hot. If you want to test it, just chuck one piece in there. Start sizzling. You're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Right, let's whack all these in there. Okay, so we've just smashed all of them in there. I've just given them one quick turn because I want to get them all saturated with the oil. And as you can see, it's on such a high heat, some of them are browning off already. And because they're vegan sausages, you don't really have to worry about food poisoning so much. So we want these to cook quite evenly, so just kind of like leave them to sit for a minute or so on this high heat and then giving them another spin again, and just keeping an eye that they just don't burn too much. We just want them to really, sear on the outside and get that caramelisation going on. So as these are browning up, we've got this old baking tin. This tin has got quite a bit of sentimental value to it. My mum used to use this tin. She got it from the primary school that I used to go to, because she used to be a dinner lady there, and if you look on the side, it's very hard to tell. It does need a good clean. It's made out of aluminium. I mean, I'm 50 years old, and I used to eat out food that was made in this tin when I was like 7 years old. It's Grundy of Teddington, so that's where this was made. So this is like well old. What we're going to do, we're going to chuck a load of beans in there. it's not that interesting to watch at the moment. All we're doing is just opening tins of beans and chucking them in here. This probably, I'm not sure how much we're going to make. I haven't made this cowboy pie for quite a while, but there's quite a few people in the house, and the boys are over for Dungeons and Dragons night tonight, so if there's any leftovers, I'm sure it's going to get eaten. But for now, we're going to throw in 4 tins of Heinz baked beans. And these can just sit here. And I like to put the beans in the bottom because otherwise, well, it will do anyway, but when you put it all in the oven, the bean juice will come up and bleed through into the mashed potato. So yeah, this isn't exciting. I'm just putting beans in a tin.
Smells good though.
Yeah.
All the beans.
That's amazing, I know. Right, get out of the way and let me get on with it. The sausage is being spinning.
Let me tell you, brother, when I smell something cooking, and I know what my nose is telling me, I can smell a cowboy pie.
It certainly is. It's a cowboy pie coming right at you.
When the cowboy pie is on the stove, the oven is warming up, let me tell you something, brother. There's no stopping this. No stopping this pie coming towards your mush.
There's no stopping this pie, not tonight.
When he rips open that tin, pulls off the top, the beans, they pour out into the pan. The potatoes boil. They're ready to go.
I've got to check them in a minute, see if they're ready for mashing. I know, like I say, you don't need to be like very accurate timing, but yeah, I'm just going to get it all ready, and then it can just sit there, and when people are ready to eat, you just whack it in the oven for 20 minutes, and then it's done. So yeah, it's one of those, just get it all prepared. When dinner time comes, everybody hungry? Yep. Then you whack it in the oven, ready in 20 minutes. Okay? Just if you're wondering who the idiot is, it's him. Okay, these potatoes are almost ready for mashing. You can see what that turmeric has done to them. It's really coloured in really vivid yellow. That will soften down when you mash them though. Sausages are almost ready. I'd say not too burnt. You need to be careful with vegan meat substitutes a little bit because they do have the tendency to dry out if you overcook them more than regular meat. So yeah, that's why we like to sear them in this case. So we're just taking the heat off of everything. You can see this one's quite hard and almost blackened up there because where Elliot was patting around he distracted me and I left them a little bit long. That's okay because they're going to go in with the beans and they're going to go in with the oven, so all that will soften down and turn into taste. Potatoes. Right, so what we're going to do now is just get these and stick them in there. And there they are, evenly distributed. 2 large onions, quite coarsely cut. Going to go in the frying pan that the sausages came out of and given the same treatment. So the onions again on a high heat, and like I say, we haven't really put any oil in there. We use that residual stuff from the sausages in there, and these are going to break down slightly. They're going to take much less time than sausages, literally just flash frying these. And see, they're almost like cleaning the pan from all that stuff that was left by the sausages and soaking up all them flavours. Those onions are strong, man. In my opinion, you really don't need long with these mushrooms, are they? These onions at all. We just want them just to brown up and just start, you know, falling apart into their individual sections. Because remember, they're going to go in the oven. They're going to go in with all these beans and sausages. And if you overcook them, they're just going to turn into a mush. So, you know, I want them to have some sort of firmness to them when they come out of the oven, and know that you're actually eating an onion. Onions are in, evenly distributed. Heating the pan up one more time, and we're going to add these in. This isn't bacon lardons. Do you know what? They're scarily similar to real bacon. See, they're just these little cubes. Going to give these a real flash fry. Again, same treatment on a hot heat. Just get these to just, you know, caramelize up, sear up, and they're just little added tasty extra to go in this dish. And in they go. Hardly any time cooking these at all. Just keep them moving, just keep an eye on, don't overburn them. Sit with these for a second. You know, trying to jump around by themselves. It's almost like popcorn. Look at them. Okay, so that was probably about 2-3 minutes at the most, and we're just going to let them cool down just for a second, and I'm going to get them in the dish. So that pan is pretty much done with. When that cools down, that can go in the sink and start being washed up. We need to turn our attention to these potatoes that have been sitting and waiting, and we need to get this excess water out into the colander by putting it in the sink, like so. And then we're just going to pour those potatoes into the colander and then back into the saucepan once all the water is drained. There, and then back in there. We have got some mustard, mild mustard. I'm going to put a good dollop of that in there. Whoop. And then we're going to add some milk to it. You know, some people do argue, what to do, whether to put butter in there. I tend to find if you do put butter in there, it makes it a little bit slimy. Use some of this stuff here. Hold on. Yeah, if you put butter in there, I find it makes it slimy. If you use just milk, and really quite a lot of it, more than you'd think, it really fluffs it up. And you can go quite runny with it because, again, it's going to go into the oven. When it goes into the oven will have the tendency, if you haven't put enough milk in there, to dry that potato up on top, and we don't want that to happen. We want a really nice creamy potato on top. So we're going to do that. We're going to mash this up with a bit of mustard, and because they're vegan, we're using this stuff, which is oat milk. We have soy in here as well, but for mashed potatoes, I prefer using this particular brand of oat milk. So as I say, there's some oat milk in there, there's some mustard in there. We're going to start mashing this, and I'm telling you, you'll be surprised how much milk this takes. It's best to add a little bit at a time, because if you put too much in, then you can't take it out again. So just keep topping it up with milk until you get your desired consistency, which will be what I'll show you in a second. So there we go, look at that mashed potato, look how yellow that looks. So there's kind of like the consistency. It's not too wet, and it's not very stiff. Now this is probably a good time to have a little taste of that and make sure you got enough salt and seasoning in there, or enough mustard, how you'd like it, before you actually put it on the pie. I think I've got it bang on already. I have already tasted it, and I don't think I need to add anything more to it. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it now. So all we do is scrape it out with a tablespoon, and then a little bit of, just slop it on there like that, almost treating it like dumplings. Now I like doing it like this because, as if you notice, the walls on this baking tray are quite high. So by doing it like this, you still get the beans will come up and start bleeding through, and you'll get that softness there. Then you'll get the mashed potato, and then the very high peaks, you'll get the crispiness from obviously the oven cooking them. So you get a really, really nice texture there. And also we've got some cheese to go on top, as you might imagine, goes on like a shepherd's pie. This mature Cathedral City, again, plant-based. It's really good. It's pretty good. It's not particularly that good for you. Normal cheese has fats in it. I can't remember what this is. This has loads of carbohydrate in it. But yeah, do you know what? It's pretty good for a vegan cheese. It's probably, the Cathedral City is probably the best one. So we're not going to put that on just yet. We're going to let this sit for a while, and before that goes in the oven, because I don't want the heat to sweat it through. Before that goes in the oven, then I'm just going to sprinkle probably this whole bag of cheese over the whole top of that, and it's going to seep in through all the little holes that are left. So I'm just going to scrape this out a little bit better, get the washing up done, and this can sit there, and then when everybody's ready to eat, we'll just whack the cheese on the top, and then we stick it all in the oven for 20 minutes, and then it's done. You just ladle it out into a bowl, and Bob's your uncle.
I'm helping with the dinner tonight by putting the cheese on top. I take it you're very aware that Andrew's been cooking dinner tonight.
Yeah, they've seen all of it.
Good man that he is. Don't be fooled into thinking he does this all the time. This is a rare occasion. But yeah, we got some of this Cathedral City plant-based mature cheddar grated. So let's pop a little bit of this on. Ooh, nice. We get a nice cheesy crust on this.
I was thinking, is it worth putting some panko breadcrumbs on there, or is it not worth it? Crisp it up. Have we got any?
I don't know. Should we have a look?
Okay, let's have a look.
I don't know that. Oh, hang on. There's a few. There's a little.
Right, should we just put
few
a
in
little
here.
sprinkle on it?
Let's. Yeah. Why not?
Cool beans. Looks good.
Ooh. Okay.
So
And now we're going to whack it in the oven.
yeah, but we've had it preheating for a little while. What temperature we got it
We've
on?
got it at 200 degrees. And we pop that in there, I guess about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Until it's like crisped up on top and it's like beautiful to eat.
Right. Let's see what it looks like when it comes out.
Let's have a look.
Hello. Hello. Technical difficulties.
What's happened to the cat? Have you killed her?
Yeah, she's just chilling. She'll let you stroke her any way you like. I think she likes the heat from the back of the fan,
Right.
the laptop.
She's like not moving at all.
No, she's pretty chill, which is out of character for her. Can you hear us, Dory? No, you can't.
The
Why?
cat's not dead.
Why can't you hear me? Just was fine.
Okay, so it should be ready now. Let's get it out. And ooh, lovely. Look at that. It's got a nice crispy topping on it. So let's get some into a bowl and see what it looks like. Oh my goodness, this looks delicious. Lots of sausage and bean, onion mixture in there. Looks absolutely amazing, babe. Well done. There you go. This is our dinner tonight. A nice cowboy pie. Might put a little squirt of ketchy in there just to top it off. Yum, yum, yum.
That's good, baby.
Well done to you, Super Chef Andrew.
That's quite easy.
Just cut a lot of paraffin.
No, what do you want?
I don't want nothing.
What do you want to know about D&D?
Stop being so stiff, you mother.
Doing all that, doing that, and raising a glass to each other, bro. That kind of shit, you know?
14, almost to 20.
Almost to 20. Give me that.
Keyword being almost.
Not quite though.
Yeah, I'm well annoyed I lost one. I rolled a 620 earlier. Elliot saw it. You saw my journey.
Look at these dice cards.
Six, eight.
Really candidly.